Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm here today to review Blackest Night number 3. I've been enjoying the series so far. The first two issues were great. Very they were pretty much setup issues, but very great. Very great. Big event so far. This is probably my favorite event of 2009. I have to say, Blackest Night really, it was the most talked about, and it's the number one comic book actually selling out. It's selling out, So if you haven't picked the first two issues up, you probably kind of missed out, because I know in my comic book store, when I went back the other day, they didn't have the first two issues. Number 3 was there, but pretty soon it's probably gonna be gone, because it's the number one selling comic book out right now. So if you haven't been reading this series, I highly encourage you to pick it up. It's being written by the great Jeff Johns. I call him I like to call this man the Stan Lee of the DC stable, because he's been doing some great things for DC. He did Green Lantern Rebirth. He's doing Flash Rebirth. He's he's just putting the DC universe, on top. He's just putting it, where it's never really been before. It's really kick-ass, and I enjoy his work. Now let's talk about the issue. In this issue, Blackest Night, some really crazy things happen. We're talking about Jason, the new Firestorm, and basically he's fighting against Ronnie, the original Firestorm. Now, if anybody doesn't know who Firestorm is, he's the Firestorm is a character that requires two people to operate the power. There is a person, and there is the Firestorm Matrix. Now, Jason, the current Firestorm, has a girlfriend. I believe her name is Jenny. If I'm getting that wrong, I apologize. I read the issue, but I tend to forget some things because I read a lot of comics and stuff like that. But I believe her name is Jenny. And what happens is, during the issue, Ronnie, who is one of the coolest Black Lanterns, he ends up he's fighting against the Flash and Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, and he fights one of the I believe it's one of the Blue Lanterns, and she kind of explains that in order to kill a Black Lantern or destroy it, because they're already dead, in order to destroy a Black Lantern, you have to combine different lanterns, like Green Lantern and a Blue Lantern's ring power to destroy a Black Lantern. You have to combine their powers to destroy him. And that was I thought that was very neat, how the Blue Lantern kind of explained how they have to kill them, because I was wondering how they're gonna get rid of these guys if they're already dead. So that was really good. I like that. I also like the Hal Jordan and at the Flash moment, they kind of had a moment where they were talking about their past lives, and how Hal kind of rushes into things, and he's like, we should just go up there and just start killing these things. And the Flash, he's like, no, man, let's take it easy. Let's think about this. Let's have a plan, because you never know what's gonna happen, and that's even among superheroes. You can get your butt kicked or something like that. You gotta have a plan, a plan B, a plan A, stuff like that. I really like that issue. I really like that in the issue. And during the issue, Jason and Ronnie come to blows in the in Washington D.C. in the headquarters, one of the headquarters of the Justice League. And what happens is, like I said, the Firestorm character requires two people to operate. And what happens is, Jason is fighting Ronnie, the Black Lantern, and what happens is he accidentally touches, or he gets inside the Black Lantern's matrix. So he's kind of forced to watch on what's happening. So his girlfriend is, she's vulnerable, and Ronnie, he takes advantage of that. He's one of the most badass villains I've ever seen in a comic book. He takes advantage of that real good, and he says, I'm going to take everything away from you. I'm going to make you watch. And he has no other choice. Jason has no other choice because he's stuck inside the Firestorm Matrix. So he's forced to watch on. And spoiler, this is a spoiler if you haven't read it, but I'm pretty sure you have. But Ronnie puts his hands through her stomach and kills her. And he says one of the most craziest lines ever. He says, bitchin'. Ronnie was being an asshole throughout the issue, calling Jason a nerd and stuff like that. Now we all know that the Black Lantern rings kind of have like an influence over the dead, so it's not necessarily really Ronnie. It's more of the Black Ring having an influence over his corpse. So, but I gotta say, man, that was just real. That was one of the cruelest things I ever seen. It was just like, man. And, Jason was talking to her, his girlfriend. He was just like, I really, we should take our relationship slow and stuff like that. And I have to concentrate on college. And it kind of made me think about one of my relationships, and it's just like, at the end of the issue, he kills her, and he was, and before Ronnie kills her, he's like, Jason is like, I'm gonna be with you, I'm gonna marry you, and then Ronnie killed her. But during the first half of the issue, they were talking about their relationship, and she's like, we should spend more time together, because it's kind of like, one of those things where you never know what's gonna happen the next day or the next minute. And it just really screwed up issue. I really felt for Jason. He's not really one of the top tier superheroes, but man, I really felt for this guy, and I really hope that the Black Lantern Ronnie gets what he deserves. I really hope he gets his ass handed to him. So overall, a very good issue. I definitely recommend it. So pick it up. And the great Alan Moore has something to say about that Blackest Night, which kind of surprised me, but then it didn't. Alan Moore is just Alan Moore. He's a writer. If you don't know who Alan Moore is, he's a writer of Watchmen, V for Vendetta, and stuff like that. But he has something to say about Blackest Night, which I'm kind of sad that he said that, but I'm gonna bring it up in my next review. So look forward to it. All right, guys, you guys take it easy. It's your boy Ziploc Bloody. I'm out.